What's up, everybody? Welcome back to yet another podcast, and we are the ANR Show.
Everybody.
What's up, everybody?
Welcome
Back in here.
It's a Sunday.
It's a Sunday today,
And we have a guest.
We do have a guest,
Yes.
actually.
You know who the guest is?
I don't know.
You don't know. I know.
I can't even see who the guest is.
He is a talented fashion designer. Malaysian, born and raised, right?
Okay, that's cool. Yeah.
He first blew up in the fashion scene for his CNY punya designs.
Okay.
But he incorporated a lot of batik punya
Yeah.
patterns and designs into his design.
Okay.
And he is the proud owner of IniSaya.
Okay.
So welcome to the show, Mr. Jeffery Go.
Welcome to the
Thank you
show.
so much for being here.
There'll be post claps happening here.
Thank you so much for having me.
No worries at all. I think it's first of all, thank you so much for being here as well, taking up
Yeah.
your weekend
Yeah.
and coming here for the podcast. I think it's amazing. It's also a lot of one thing of us wanting to like discover about what you do, what you did before, and just like talking a bit more about your journey and your story.
I'm here
as
for
we
you
go for it.
to pick my brain, so just ask me anything. Yeah.
Anything. Okay.
So like before we start maybe you can give an intro a bit to who you are.
Just to get
What
the
you
ball
do.
rolling a little bit more.
Okay, Ken. So basically, like from I'm bored. No, I'm kidding. Maybe I'll start from when I start sort of loving fashion.
Okay.
You
Yeah.
can start from your childhood as well.
Yeah,
if
yeah,
you
yeah.
like
I mean-
how you got into it.
Also,
Yeah.
just start from like you being born.
I mean,
in the
no.
hospital.
We don't have to go there. You know.
Subang Jaya Medical Center
No.
Wow.
Okay, so my dad, sorry, my dad used to be in fashion also, but it's not really like the glamorous scene.
Okay.
It's more towards the wholesale scene. So
Okay.
last time he used to sell Malay clothes. So
Okay.
like
Baju
baju
Melayu.
kurung, not baju Melayu. I think mostly towards female.
Okay.
Actually, my whole family, my uncles, they all do fashion.
Oh,
so
wow.
there is Malay clothes, there is kids, there is men's, women's, and they used to do wholesale in Kenanga. I don't know if you all know.
Kenanga.
Kenanga. So
What
last
is
time it used to be a
Kenanga?
wholesale street. So the whole street,
Oh.
they used to sell to vendors in pasar malam.
Okay.
Before
Okay,
Taobao
okay.
and you know,
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so
They were
last
the
time-
original Tapao.
Yeah, yes, correct. He was the Taobao. He was the one that bringing like all the stock from China
Okay.
to Malaysia and then selling it.
Selling wholesale.
Yes.
All right. Yeah.
So after that, he started his own like designs and stuff like that. But it's a lot on like mainly to survive also lah last time. Sorry.
Yeah.
And then when I was young, I didn't have like holidays like you know my schoolmates, right?
Yeah.
I always holiday. My dad would be like, okay, come to work with me. Yeah.
Because your dad is like basically he sells a lot of clothes, wholesale clothes. In Kenanga is like what? Is it like a district or is it like a?
there is a mall now, Kenanga Mall, but before the mall existed, it was like a street.
Ah.
Because
Yeah.
I heard of Kenanga Mall. I didn't know it was a street.
There was a so
Before.
imagine the
Oh.
mall. Now you see the mall, right?
Yeah.
But next to the mall, there's like a whole street of clothes. Now they still do wholesale, but not much anymore because of the rise of Taobao, Shopee,
Yeah.
Temu.
It's a
you
lot
know.
cheaper.
Yeah. I think that's one of the reasons why he told me not to continue also. I mean, he wanted me to take over his business last time, and I remember I was like so against it because I wanted to do bridal. But he told me like, oh, you know, we should do this because this is what I built and stuff like that. But towards his retirement, he told me like, I keep knocking the mic. Yeah.
It's okay.
Towards his retirement, he told me that he told me that you know what, just start your own business lah. I mean,
Like,
this business.
what is sound like frustrated?
Yeah, because
Like,
you don't,
like-
because you know, with the rise of all this, you cannot do already, not much.
Yeah,
People
yeah,
can
yeah.
just directly go to China
For all
or
this
even
fast fashion.
Yeah.
that's
Correct.
true. So that means your dad like has a lot of stalls for during pasar malam.
No.
Like, how does he do it?
He sell like bulk to pasar malam sellers.
Ah, okay.
China.
From
right?
China.
Yes.
Makes sense. Okay,
Correct.
okay.
So he basically sell like maybe 100 pieces, 200 pieces to like one customer because they are going to open in
Yeah,
you know those
it's-
Maidin shops
Yeah.
or
Yeah,
like
yeah.
Shah Alam,
Yeah.
sorry, Pasar Malam and stuff like that. Yeah. So when I was younger, I always followed him to work. The whole thing started when I was 5. I remember drawing like pictures and asking him to go and make, and he's like, oh yeah, I will, but
Oh, that's cool.
I'm just like a little kid.
Oh wow,
right?
it's great.
It's so good,
But design, I've been selling this design for the past like 20 years.
Yeah, and I'm just like, but actually no lah,
Yeah lah.
And then I remember when I was a teenager, so not only me lah, my siblings, everyone went through the same phase. Not only my siblings, my cousins and every one of us, when we were a teenager, during Raya holidays especially, it was like a huge thing for my family. So we will all go and help him.
That's fun.
So he has like warehouses, right? So we will go. The warehouse is like upstairs. So my job is, for example, he'll tell me, okay, Jeffrey, this customer ordered 20 of these, 20 of these, 20 of these. I'll need 10 of S, 10 M, 10 L, or something like that. And I'll go up and I'll gather all the stock.
And you bring
Imagine
it down.
like young,
Yeah.
skinny me, right?
Yeah.
Climb up, and then just carry it down and stuff like that. So it's always been like that.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
How big is your dad's warehouse at that point of time?
So basically, like a shop lot.
Yeah.
That time not only my dad lah, my uncles, everyone, we all share. It's a family business.
Yeah.
So they own like 2 lots in the whole building.
Okay.
So upstairs, like there's 3 floors of just stock.
Clothes, yeah.
Just clothes. So whenever we want to find a stock, like they categorize them in
Design and size kan?
design and also barcodes because there's so many designs,
There's a lot
right?
lah. Yeah.
Yeah.
You don't go by like this color and this brand. Like it goes by like this barcode. It's a lot easier to identify.
Yes,
It's like
yes,
IKEA.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
It's like
exactly
IKEA
that.
basically.
So you need to
okay.
find the code and then you need to take out lah. Yeah. So sometimes it's hard for them to keep track of stock, but I think they did it quite well.
Are they still continuing or like right now, or is it like in a very smaller scale?
They made it smaller. All my uncles are retired already because they're all not very young anymore. And I think my cousins also. I think only 1 or 2 still doing this business, but not only clothes lah. So they also do like Shopee now. So they sell not only to wholesalers but retail as well.
Understand.
I see.
Okay.
Yeah.
So not only B2B, you guys are doing B2C.
Yes.
With
yes.
Shopee and things like that as well lah. Okay,
Correct.
okay.
But I like my dad told me like you just start your own, no need to, because not much to do anymore, So I'm like okay lah, And I mean after that I remember losing interest for a while, and then because I used to hate my dad bringing me to work every holidays.
Yeah lah, school holiday.
Yeah,
Everybody go beach.
Exactly. When my friends come back from their holidays, and then during holiday they are talking about, I went to like Redang, I went to this, that. Oh, what do you do? I'm
Store.
like,
Yeah.
I help my dad.
Yeah. I went through the barcodes.
Yes.
I figured it out. But to be
How
honest,
old were you when you started like, helping your
14, so 14, 15, 16, 17.
oh wow,
Every
okay,
year.
okay.
Wow.
Yeah.
But they do say that like all of these things that actually you went through is actually a lot more impressive and important than actually going to the beach or
Yes.
like
I
having
mean,
family days.
I also don't remember my beach holiday when I was 14, man.
I mean,
Yeah.
I remember because I was traumatized. I mean, like,
Okay lah.
no lah.
Yeah, true.
Okay, I was happy, I was paid like 20 ringgit a day for my
that's
meals.
good.
That's okay back then.
Yeah, right,
That's
exactly.
very okay.
I'm also happy because I get my bubble tea, because last time bubble tea,
Oh,
tea
yeah.
life, right?
Cool block.
Exactly.
Cool block.
Yeah. So I remember waking up very early, following him to work every day. So he drive and I just sleep in the car. Yeah, then coming back jam, right? So I sleep in the car and then he drive.
Yeah.
But it was sort of like a good bonding moment between me and him also. Like now when I'm older and think back, like I'm quite glad that he brought me to expose me to all this, because it really gives me like a new perspective, or rather like a perspective that not many people will have also. I seen how hard he worked, and I seen how he talked to customers. And I would say that a lot of my approach to customers now, and like like how I am attentive and to everyone and stuff like that, it's from him also.
Yeah.
Okay.
I've seen, because when we went shopping there for CNY,
Yeah. How is it?
I don't know who's the owner really.
What?
He's attending to each customer.
Oh, for real? Okay.
Okay, makes sense. From small, you've learned from your dad and whatnot.
Correct,
That's good.
Have you heard of this book called The Rich Dad and Poor Dad?
I've heard of it. I haven't read it yet.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
I read until chapter 2. And then I was thinking, I think I will be this poor dad. And then I stopped reading. Sakit hati betul baca
It's
book.
basically a story of this kid like finding his his friend where like slowly they get really close to his friend, and he start understanding what the dad does. And then he also has his own dad, actually works as a government servant. He's a teacher. And
9 to 5, right?
Yeah, working 9 to 5. And then his friend's dad is someone who's a business owner that actually like owns a few different businesses and stuff like that. So like once getting really close to their family, now he consider like getting advice from the dad and things like that. So and then that's when he like kind of like slowly have his own rich dad, which is that dad. And then his poor dad, he calls his poor dad, which is like the 9 to 5 actually dad. Yeah. And he this is a story about like how he went through hardship when he was like really young to actually understand about business and entrepreneurship, which is very similar to yours as well. But you have your actual dad that you actually went to work with, who actually owns the whole business, and you're able to learn it at the very, very early stages as well. So yeah, there's a lot of similarities. I think when you read the book, you'll be like, oh shit, man, I used to live that life.
Yeah, I think I'll give it a go, man, because I heard of it, never really got to read it yet. Yeah, I mean nowadays it's like quite accessible, right?
Yeah. I mean, you can get it from Audible.
You don't need to read. He is the character.
Yeah, actually, that's true, lah. You probably. Yeah, I read already.
Oh, you read already.
You need to read it.
Chapter 2.
Sorry.
Let's move on from chapter 2. Yeah.
But when did you start going into bridal?
Okay. So, as you know, all of us after SPM, we don't know what to do, right? So all those education fairs actually helped. Yeah. So for me, I didn't know what I want to do. I remember I wanted to be like so many things. I wanted to be a flight stewardess. I wanted to be a doctor. I wanted to be teacher. A lot of things, lah, right? At one point, I wanted to be a cardiologist. So random, right? I love the heart, you know. And then after SPM, I went to the education fair that they have every year in Mid Valley, right?
Yeah. Oh yes, I know.
Yeah. So out of everything, you know, the courses that they showed, fashion design stood out to me the most, because in between I kind of lost interest, but then after that I went back, I'm like, actually I've been doing this, I feel like this is quite interesting. So when they talked about more, because fashion design is not only about designing, fashion design is a lot of things. Fashion design, they have fashion marketing, they have the technical side, they have the sewing, they have the drafting, they have a lot, you know. So I was thinking, hey, this is interesting, you know. Let me try, maybe I'll get into it. And how I started going into like loving bridal is that I wasn't, you know, a designer kind of guy. So like Saint Laurent, Dior and stuff like that, I didn't know about that until I started fashion. And you know, our lecturers would tell us to go and read up on all these fashion houses and everything. And that's when I start developing an interest in evening wear, in bridal, in dressing girls and girls in like these lavish gowns and seeing how much they shine, you know. And that is what I want. I remember I told myself, I want to be like Dior. I want to be like Christian Dior, you know. I love the idea of dressing someone and then they look so good in it, and then they are like, they feel good, they glow. So, you know, bridal is very personal to me also, because I like the feeling of, I mean, now I can say it, but when I was a student, I didn't know. But after I've been doing it for maybe 2 to 3 years now, I can say that I really love it, because when a girl wears the dress that, you know, she knows that she's going to marry the love of her life in, it's so different, you know. And you are part of that. You know, you're part of someone's big day. And that is how I got into like loving fashion. I mean bridal.
And most people, not say everyone, most people marry once only in their life.
Yeah, most people. Yes.
So like for them to choose your dress and with your design, for that special day must mean like something to you, you know.
Yeah, that's why I always go all the way for my brides, you know, like I have brides that are very anxious kind, you know. If those are if they are anxious kind of brides, then I will do my best to update them every maybe 2 weeks or 3 weeks. Oh, your dress is on the way. We're at this stage. If you need any pictures, we can show you, you know. So that is the service that I provide for like my bridal side lah, because I feel like a lot of bridal places don't do that, because you know, imagine if you have like 1,000 customers, right? It's quite hard, but I aspire to do that like going forward as well.
What's the process for bridal? Like do you already have, let's say, a design for a dress?
Yes.
Or like you design according to what the bride wants?
It really depends on the situation also, you know, because some brides, they already know what they want. Maybe they cannot find the exact dress and they want me to replicate it, but in my way. Some brides, they don't know what they want and they're like, I just know that I look good in this kind of silhouette. And you're like, okay, let me do this for you and narrow it down for you. I guess that is why people do custom dresses also.
Because usually I'm sure you have like some templates already. You take from the templates, then you kind of like customize based on the template.
Yeah, I mean, you cannot do much unless someone tell me they want to be Lady Gaga, right? You know, they want like big head, you know, but exactly, you know, you never know. But you know, what I like about this also is like some of them, they want something personal. So I had this bride, she wanted something to do with like her grandmother. So her grandmother was supposed to walk her down the aisle, but the grandmother didn't get to do it because she passed away. Yeah, and then she told me that when they were discussing how she wanted to walk her down the aisle, because grandmother usually don't wear like bright colors, right? So she's like, on my wedding day, can you wear like a pastel bright pink or pastel pink suit to walk me down? And the grandmother's like, okay, sure. So when she designed her dress, she said, can you include something pink? And then I came up with this idea of attaching like pink butterflies on her veil, because in like, I think in some customs, Chinese customs, like your relative that passed away, if they come back, they come back in the form of like a butterfly or like a form
I didn't know that.
We do have some like weird beliefs like that as well.
Yeah.
Like suddenly like there's a butterfly here, we're like, oh, like your grandma came.
Yeah.
But that's just a belief lah.
Yeah.
It's like a mythical belief.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's something like that.
Correct. So that's why I wanted to sort of have, so that her dress is more meaningful for her. So and she loved it. Yeah.
Oh wow. Like that's like I bet like you get inspired by things like that as well, like where they tell you a story about like how they want it, or like some personal relation towards, like for example, like the grandmother passed away, so I want to have something that symbolizes her as well in the wedding that I want to have.
Yeah, correct. I mean, some brides, they already know what they want, right? Maybe the dress just, they want to look good, you know, and stuff like that. And then some brides are more personal. They want their wedding to be more personal. So I think that's one thing that I like about bridal.
And do you hand make them or hand craft them yourself?
I mean, I used to do everything by myself, sew everything by myself, right?
That's a lot of work.
Yes. Imagine having like two brides at the same time. You know, you just like, okay, I need to do this. Yeah. Thankfully now that I have a team to help me, you know, but everything went through me first. The drafting of drafting meaning like the 2D version before becomes a 3D is done by me. Personally. The sewing part, I don't really do it anymore because it takes a lot of time, and I have a lot of other things to think about also, right? Sure. Yeah, but I always I always check like whether the workmanship is okay or not. Unless it's very last minute already, then I'll go in on weekends or I'll just stay back and sew some of the stuff myself. Yeah, that's one thing good about you having the knowledge of every aspects in your business. Also a curse, because you would think that you can do it better. But
I was gonna ask you, like, how long did it take for you like to trust your team to stitch?
Doing it by themselves.
For you, how long did it take? Because I'm sure you like it's not the same as how I do it.
I think from the start I wanted to do a lot of things for myself, and then when I had my first hire, that's when I start to be like, okay, you can do this, but like maybe you just do like the easy one. I'll just do the hard one.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, and then I think the changing point was, so I had a brother who went through a car accident and then he passed away. Yeah, so I had to leave my job for maybe 4 or 5 days, and then I only had one hire. And then I was thinking that time also during peak period. I was sewing my first ever Chinese New Year collection for IniSaya for my customers, and we received quite a lot of orders. So I was very worried, and I cannot sew myself, right? So I remember her name is Audrey. So I remember her telling me like, you know what, just go ahead, do your thing, trust me, I can sew everything by myself. I remember thinking like, at that moment I feel like, okay, going to see how my brother is doing is more important than, this.
100%.
Yeah. So, and I'm like, okay, I give you the proper training and everything already. So I'm just going to leave it with you and I'm going to do whatever I need to do.
Yeah.
So I went and then we went through the whole like funeral and everything. And I came back and I saw the work machine. I'm like, oh, okay. So you actually did learn something from me, And that's where I know like, okay, I cannot be in the business all the time because if I keep doing that, when I'm not running it, it's not moving.
Yeah.
Then who's going to run it?
Yeah.
True. But still, letting go of things. Until now, still a lot of things I cannot let go.
Yeah.
But I'm slowly learning. Learning to trust.
So that means you start the bridal business first before getting into IniSaya commercial base clothes, is it?
So the funny thing is, there's another story for that. So I've worked with maybe 2 or 3 designers. I've always thought that I'll be in bridal, I love bridal dresses so much or evening dresses so much that I don't want to do anything else. Last time when I'm in college, because when you're a college student, everything is ideal for you. The world is your oyster.
You haven't put it in your head.
Exactly. Before you get hit with the bills and the loans and everything.
They're like, as soon as you leave here, you get a great future. Sure. That's why you're here.
Correct. So I worked with a few designers, and then I remember that time. That my parents retired and they want to move back to Penang, so they are selling the house here. So all my sewing stuff was in the house, and then I moved to a condo where space is much more limited, And then I was thinking like, okay lah, never mind lah, just sell my machines and just work 9 to 5, right? And then suddenly my mom came up to me and be like, oh, there's a condo, where the condo downstairs, there's like shop lot for rent. You should rent and you should start your business. And I'm like,
and this is very early stages.
Very early stages, this is like 5 years ago. Yeah, so I was like, no, I cannot.
During COVID?
Yeah. I started during COVID. Okay. Yeah, but that time when she told me to rent the store, COVID wasn't like a thing yet. People are like, oh, COVID is like flu.
You haven't reached the MCO.
No, not yet. That was still like very, very early stages of COVID. Maybe China still has it. Maybe Malaysia got 1 or 2 only.
Okay. I remember.
Yeah, then I remember thinking like, cannot lah. Like I don't have the funds. Like. You want me to start just like that, man? I cannot. I need to, because I set a goal like, 30 I start business, 35 business success and shit like that. Sorry. Yeah. And then after that, what happened? Then I remember like arguing with her, and she's like, just have a look at the store. So I went there and I'm like, okay lah, I can try lah.
But you have a few not businesses. You already have a few sales at that point of time already. So you have
no, actually I was working a full-time job. But I mean, if you're talking about like my freelance,
your freelance stuff.
I used to charge like 200, 500 ringgit for like a custom wedding dress.
Wow.
Because you're a student, right? And then people don't really trust what you're doing, and you have to like undersell yourself first.
100%. Just starting also.
But I'm glad that I did that because of that, and I provided such a good service. They promote it to their friends, and that's how I get, by word of mouth.
True.
Yeah.
Best type of marketing.
Exactly. Word
of mouth. Yes.
Okay, so that's when you're like, I'm gonna start.
I mean, I'm like,
this problem.
It's okay.
It's okay.
So I'm like, okay lah, I can try lah. Then my mom, you can use your ang pao money from you are younger, because my mom saved our ang pao money. All of us, right, we cannot use our ang pao money.
Oh wow.
Yeah, every time we take ang pao, we just give her.
Yeah.
And then she will save it. Yeah, she'll save it in the bank in the FD account so that the money will grow.
Mommy investor lah.
Yes. So for those who are having kids, this is what you need to do.
All your kids' money, please.
Exactly, your kids will thank you. Honestly.
True.
Yeah, because I'm really appreciative. Because of that, I had like capital for my business. Yeah, because imagine you are a baby until 20 over years old. That's the amount. I think she, until like I am an adult, so she still take our money and keep in the bank. I think after like 20 or 19 or 20, then that's when she like, okay lah, do whatever you want to do. She let go the FD for us to, she's like, you have these funds, you can use it for your business. I'm like, okay lor. Let's try. So I renovated just little renovation, and then I started. So I wake up for work at 6:30 a.m., go to work, and then I come back around 7, shower, dinner, then come down at 8 o'clock to 11.
You
So
just you one man show lah.
Yeah, so I do alterations for the residents in the condo.
Okay. Smart.
Yeah, I start with that, and then I started promoting that I do custom,
Yeah.
And prior to that, before we move, I already have like 2 or 3 customers that are doing custom. So I focused on that, and then okay. So this is where another pivotal point. And then when I was doing that, it was during the COVID season, right?
Yeah.
So I remember I was like, okay, you know what? I'm going to do this full time because I cannot, every day I work until 11, then sleep and then wake up. Very tiring. So I quit my job. And then I did it full time, and then 2 weeks later, the government announced MCO.
You're like, damn, why did I lose my job?
Yeah, they're like, oh no.
Earlier, I think we were talking more about like your initial stages of starting the bridal business itself, right?
Yes.
And then you said that you quit your job because it was getting too hectic for you as well. And then when you went full on just doing this itself, like how was that stage like? Were you worried about like, because there's no cash flow now, right?
Yeah, so COVID, right? Yeah, so that time I remember for 2 months I didn't have, actually no profits at all because COVID, right? So what I get is just alterations from, can you imagine during COVID people still want to alter baju, right? You want to go where?
Mana mau pergi bang?
Or maybe because they are at home so much that they, like they took out all their old clothes and try, right?
Yeah.
They're like, alter, Yeah, so okay lah, I earned quite a bit from the alteration side also. I remember thinking like, oh my god, how am I going to make money? Is this like a right move? And then and then I went through my, like you nothing to do so you clear, right? It's always like that, you nothing to do then you clear. Yeah, so I was clearing.
Clear what?
Just clear, just whatever thing that I'm messing. Just take out and then whatever thing then throw away because nothing to do, right? You find things to do.
You start spring cleaning every week.
Yeah, exactly.
Got things to throw.
And you cannot drive out or whatever.
That's
so
true,
my only customers are just the condo people. So what can we do? And people are not going anywhere, so they are not going to custom baju. Right? And Raya also like, why do you need to make new clothes for who to see?
That's true. That's true.
Yeah. So I was going through I think 2 months, after 2 months I was going through my stuff, and then I realized, my college work. So last time I used to do this project where our lecturer asked us to find like a theme, to kind of study on and stuff like that. And I experimented a bit with Batik. And during that time there was a business for that, but not much of people using Batik and making it more modern.
Exactly.
Right? Yeah. So I was thinking like, okay, maybe I can give it a go, use my take on it. And then I have a few Batik fabric that I bought because impulse buy, because I think a lot of fashion designers can relate out there that when we see a fabric that we like and we're like, oh, we can make something, just buy, but you just leave it.
When you at the store, all the idea come.
Yes.
You go home.
Yes, exactly. You procrastinate. You're like, oh, okay, next week. Yeah. So I dug out all my Batik, and then I have a friend who's doing like selling also, so I bought it from her, and then just like a very small amount. And then what I did was, because 2 months later, if I'm not mistaken, we can sort of travel around already. It's just that there's a lot of rules. So I asked my friend to come, 2 of my friends, so one girl and one guy. So the guy to take photos for us. Me and the other girl friend, we modeled. But no face. Because they cannot do makeup, right? Nobody do makeup, right? Save money, had to save as much as possible. So I made like samples for myself, and and then I'm like, okay, let's just try. Then I took photos. It was a very, very long shoot because we didn't know how to take and stuff like that. And
I can imagine.
iPhone photos. And then I took the photos, and then I posted it on a specific date. And then I promoted it to my friends, and my friends I have a very supportive group of friends and family, so they helped me share, and that's how word got out. And then people started, oh, okay, you do this. Oh, I never see, you know. At that point in time, a lot of my friends would say, oh, never see this before.
Yeah.
They're like, yeah, there's a business for it. And I remember even like people telling me like, can do man, this one people want to wear one man.
Like I was gonna ask, you face any backlash or anything because for incorporating something very traditional like batik into something very contemporary?
So far not yet, but so far not yet.
No, let's
not manifest it, but but backlash about not specifying where the batik is from. That one got
that one also people
But
angry.
why do you have to specify?
Okay, so when I do that and stuff like that, so I got like the recognition from SAYS, and then okay, I don't know whether this can be in the video or not, but then maybe we finish the story first, then you tell me whether can or not.
Don't worry, anything. Edit.
But it's good if it's scandalous.
So they posted. I mean, they did a whole article. That was the article that kind of helped the business grow because they were very nice. Also, like they're all very nice lah. And then they told me that they want to do a piece on IniSaya, and I'm like, oh, okay, sure. And then I think because of them also, I gained like in one day like 2,000, 3,000 followers. People like start to know, and that's how it got out. But anyways, when they state it, I mean, I am always very careful with my words. I will never say that this batik is Malaysian batik. Like that. If I know that it's Indonesian, then it's Indonesian. And if my customers ask me, I will tell them straight to their face, this is Indonesian. If you're looking for Malaysian, these are Malaysian batik.
I see.
What are the differences?
There are a lot of differences. You know, we can get into that. It's like there can be another video. You know.
Okay,
He's walking down there, just looking at.
A lot. I can bring all the batik and show you. You know. Because Indonesia got a lot of small. And every place has their own batik. Okay. So going back to the controversy, right? It's not really a controversy actually. It's not like a huge controversy. There were 1 or 2 comments stating that, because on the title they said that this Malaysian sells batik or something like that lah. But they never said that I'm selling Malaysian batik, because I specifically told them that don't put that in, because you know,
don't label it.
Don't label it. You know. So
true.
they will say like, oh, the batik that he's wearing is not Malaysian. You know, and then they will say like, oh, why are Malaysians claiming our batik? You know, this one is from here, this one is from there. And then that's when I'm like, oh, but I never state that it's from here or it's from there. You know, I'm very transparent with my customers. There are a lot of brands out there that sells batik and they don't specify it. They will some even like they don't educate their shopkeepers or their retail, you know. So when people ask, is this Malaysian? They're like, this is Malaysian batik, but it's very clear that it's not Malaysian batik, you know. And I get that is why, you know, people are mad. I mean, Indonesians are mad because, you know, we're like sort of claiming their culture. But for me, I'm always very transparent with everything, you know. If it's digitally printed, I'll say it's digitally printed. If you want something that is made by hand or block, this is it. You know, I will direct them to, you know, some of them will be like, I need only Malaysian batik. I'm like, okay, there's only this series. I won't upsell, you know. I won't say like, this one can pass off as Malaysian batik. You know, I won't do that because it's not right lah, right? It's not right. It's other people's.
And it's quite sensitive as well, maybe
exactly, because batik is such a traditional thing, you know. But nowadays also, the lines are so blurred because batik originated from Indonesia, you know, and Malaysians, because some of them
migrated
here, right?
and
so we kind of make it our own, and we do have Malaysian batik as well, and it's also very pretty. But if you see most batik that are sold out there, when they promote it as Malaysian batik, it's not. Unless they can tell you that, okay, the print is from this, you know, or someone did it and stuff like that. It's very hard to say that, okay, our brand is selling Malaysian batik, you know, unless you know that the company and everything is made in Malaysia, then you can say it, you know. But otherwise, I'm just selling batik. I mean, no matter what, Indonesian, Malaysian batik, it is still, we are all sort of promoting the same thing, which is the batik culture.
True.
The prints and the whole like rich history behind it.
Doesn't matter because you're still promoting both Indonesian and Malaysian batik. You know?
Exactly.
Because just now you were saying, talking about how important it is to educate your
Retail,
retail people regarding your products and whatever.
Yes.
Because I just remembered my dad told me once. He went to a shop to shop. He said the staff came, "Oh cik, yang ni 50% discount." He said he doesn't give a shit if it's on discount or not. He wants to know what looks good on him.
Yes.
And with your staff, I noticed they are very well educated regarding all your products in line. You know, they start saying, "Okay, I think for you it's this is better for you. This is better." I think a lot of retailers should implement this. Because I go through the same thing. You go into a shop, they just show me which one discount.
Yes.
I know lah, I poor.
Oh, wait.
But I don't need until 75% discount lah, bro. I think I can afford a 2-3 t-shirts lah, you know. So like, how was it like for you to train your staff and all regarding?
I think for them, I mean, you have a brand for a reason. You have an identity, right? You would want the brand to represent you as a person as much as possible.
True.
Right? So I'll always let them know, like, okay, so this is what we do. And I always let them know, like, I always remind them also that we want customers to feel this when they buy from us. You know, we don't want them to feel like they are cheated by us or whatever, because we want to be authentic.
True.
Right?
Yeah. True.
And then I always let them know also that, like, okay, so when I'm designing or whatever, I'll let them know this is suitable for customers that are more on the plus size or more petite, or you know, okay, maybe this one can go for, and they themselves also have their own knowledge. You know, so I would say that it comes from both ways also, you know. Obviously I cannot be like a lecturer and tell you, okay, this one for girls with this, you know. I cannot be that also, right?
Correct.
So it really comes from also them as well. I think when they believe in my vision and the brand, they have more heart to sort of share it with the people that we sell to, or
they're proud.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
They're proud of what they made and also what we provide as a business.
Yeah. Okay.
No, I was gonna ask the competition lah.
Competition.
How's it like as a local brand to be competing against like international
brands? I think I view it as more of a challenge and kind of motivation for me to be better.
Okay.
I don't view competition as like, oh, you are my competition. I don't like you. You know, we cannot be friends or whatever. It's more towards like, okay, I want to be as good at this or maybe better. You know, because I believe that competition is there for us to improve ourselves and to provide the best for our customers. Ultimately, the consumers have to also benefit from this, other than everyone business have to benefit everyone. I believe that a successful business benefits not only the business owners but the staff, the people working with us, and also our customers. I feel like that is what makes like sort of a successful business. So obviously, you know, we cannot get the best of both worlds if you price it too low and then you know you have not enough to pay your staff. You know, always have to be a balance. So from my competitors, I will learn like, okay, so what they're doing now is this, and this is not selling well. Okay, I know. Let me study why. Or this is selling well. Why is it selling well? Maybe it's because of the color, maybe because of the cut. You know, obviously we won't copy directly because they're already selling it. Why are you selling the same thing? You know. You need to know what you can provide that your competitors can't.
True.
Yeah, because I believe that so many people in the world, you cannot cover everyone.
Everyone.
That's true.
Exactly.
That's true.
Everyone different some more. Everyone likes different things as well.
They sell theirs, you sell yours.
You
At
know?
the same time, also the market is also so huge.
Yes.
Yeah, like you can never like, oh, I'm gonna monopolize it. Like,
Correct.
Like you're not like
impossible for you to monopolize because there's so many different kind of people in the world.
True. And now I notice, compared to way back then, the support for local brands is like, now I feel like it's
getting a bit better.
A lot better. I think because
I think people are getting a bit more proud of like what
using
can actually make in
local brands.
It's because of COVID as well. Because you know, during COVID there is this support local movement.
Okay.
Oh, I didn't know.
There was this.
I think because I don't have any business.
No. I think
they didn't include me at all inside this movement lah. Nobody told me also. just stay where you are.
No, they have this movement because I think they will want to. I think I read about it. Something about helping the local economy because it's all economy is bad. And that is where people start to notice local brands like, hey, actually, I can buy this bag from this local brand and it's cheaper, or rather like it's local. I'm supporting our people. So, and then nowadays you are right. People are more supportive towards local, and it's so good. It's so nice to see.
And I feel like events at Rio, because that's where I saw you. Multiple. Have you been to Rio before?
I've heard of it. I have not been to Rio before.
Okay, so how do I see it? It's basically an event where you have a lot of stores.
It's the one that actually took place in Bangsa, right? Like I've been to one of this.
Sentul.
Oh, Sentul.
They have a huge space. I think for 2-3 years straight, I saw him. So he's very consistent, this guy.
Okay, for Rio, we joined. My first bazaar is actually Rio.
That's
my first bazaar. I remember when everything opened, right? I was like, oh, Rio. Everyone's like, Rio is very hard to get in. I'm like, you know what? Try it. I'm just gonna try it. So I tried and I got in, and I was very happy because my first bazaar, right? And wow, I tell you first, that was the most money I made after that time, during that time, after COVID, right? I was like, oh my god, I can help to grow the business even more. And then not every year I join because sometimes there's bazaar clashing. I joined Rio twice. Out of 4 years. Yes. But I joined a lot of bazaar, so maybe you see the bazaar that it looked like Rio, but actually
Could be.
But I joined a lot of pop-ups. I think I believe in getting my products out there to people, because why should people come to you?
True.
When you don't have things to show people yet. You should bring your products out there. No matter how hard is it, oh my god, I remember my first time in Rio, right? Wow, I carried everything myself. Until now also I still do,
Because you were alone.
I
remember, because you were alone
exactly. I mean, I had a friend help me, but like most of the time, like, moving it to my car, everything, the stock, the mirror, and then I remember stuffed my car until like to the brim. Until now I still do it because I believe in, when you start a business, you should get your products out there to people, and always be humble, always let people know.
I can tell. I think through all the experience that you had to go through makes you this very humble person. It really humbles you when you have to do all the labor work, and you started when you're 14 some more. So
Okay, so earlier we were like actually touching base a lot more like on the like maybe creative aspect or the startup aspect of things. Like I think we want to just I just want to ask a few like questions in terms of deep diving a bit more on business aspect, right? I know that we've already touched on like how you started out, like from actually like going to the shop downstairs and like building that up from scratch yourself. Like I think where I want to start with from here is trying to understand like when you first actually hired your first staff, right? I'm sure like that's like a big stage in your life as well, because you're like, now I'm one, responsible for this person. Two is there's gonna be an amount of salary being paid for this person that's gonna leave the business every single month, on top of the rent that you're paying for the shop as well, right? And when you hired the first person, what was your main objective or the purpose of hiring that first person?
Okay, so when I first hired my first hire, basically I wanted someone to help me part-time at first, because I don't know if I can commit to a full-time. So, and just nice, when I posted it on Facebook, funny enough, I found her through Facebook. It's a friend of a friend of a friend. She said that she's looking for just a part-time job at first. So, okay lah. So I think that's how I sort of started, get the ball rolling. And then I noticed the difference in the business aspect when I have another person helping me to run it. So I've always been myself, right? So with another person, I'm like, oh my god, so much things can be like just
delegated.
Delegated, And I made sure that we have equal amount of jobs also lah, so that it's not all on her. And then the reason why I wanted to find someone was because the business was picking up, and everything was still produced by me. And people are so used to fast fashion where they order on Shopee and next day the seller say, I already ship out, and you're like, they expect the same from you. But you cannot, because clothes need time to make.
Yeah.
Actually, in China also or wherever you buy those fast fashion clothes also, it's all made by human hands.
Yeah.
It's just maybe some companies treat humans as like machines, but we are humans, we have emotions,
Yeah.
we are complex beings,
Yeah.
right? So when I first started also, I will always tell my customers, I'm sorry, we cannot ship out the next day.
Yeah.
Normally it will take 2 to 4 weeks. And there's only 2% sewing. So it's only 2% sewing. So that's why I'll look for someone else.
Yeah.
And I guess people are also willing to wait for good workmanship as well. So that is what led to my first hire. Yeah.
Okay. And what were the one of you'd say in terms of the business aspect of things when it comes to fashion industry, right? What were your biggest challenges that you actually faced, and how did you actually overcome these challenges?
What were my challenges
Yeah.
for? You mean my first ever challenges or like what?
The biggest.
The biggest challenge that you actually went
Until
through.
now?
Yeah, you'd say like, oh, that was like the biggest. Like I was like, at that point of time, like even it could be like one of those stories about like Elon is like, oh, we only have 2 weeks to survive for Tesla. In that 2 weeks, if we don't sell anything,
We need to shut down
We have to
really.
shut down Tesla.
Yeah.
Right, like one of those pivotal moments. Like what was your biggest challenge?
I think when I start, one of the challenge was production. Same thing with less funds. I cannot like just go and find like a factory, and because factories all have MOQ,
Yeah.
and then with Batik, right, there's a lot of like print placement that you need to think of, like because Batik is so different, right?
Yeah.
Like there is like the flower here and then there's like a bird here or whatever. You need to know like, okay, I want the flower to be on here, and if you tell all the factories that, they won't do for you.
Yeah.
Because why would they want to spend time to like, oh, I'm just gonna cut one by one for you?
Just to
No.
cater for one. Yeah.
So I have to do it myself. So that was sort of the start. So like I kind of try to think of a way to balance between, okay, I still want that specific print to be here, but I cannot just do it this way, because if I do it this way, I cannot charge this price really.
Yeah.
You know,
yeah.
and a lot of customers, you know, some of them, they have a budget
Yeah.
but my whole goal is to make this accessible as well. So you need to find a balance. So I kind of strategize like, okay, so like that, as long as the flower is around the area, it's okay. Then I can, you know, cut more and sew more at the same time. That's the first thing. And then I think the ongoing thing I think a lot of business owners is new business owners is trying to manage like the cash flow. So with not much capital, right, you need to be very smart with your finances. You need to be very smart of where you're going to spend it and how you're going to spend it,
Okay.
and then how to get back the money to be able to pay everyone.
Yeah.
So I always make sure that I have enough or double the amount before I launch a collection or before I hire someone.
Okay.
Yeah.
okay.
So for example, a collection maybe will take around, if you want to launch a collection, models are like few thousand already, and then, you know, photographer, location. So you need to think like how to be creative, how to be smart with your location, where you shoot, and what's your concept, and what people that you use, and how can you do this the more cost efficient way, and also not neglect your vision.
Yeah.
So I had to do a lot of that when I start. I think until now also I still do. And also like until now also I think that's one thing that I struggle with which is like managing cash flow. I would say that I'm relatively still kind of new to the business, but also like already 4 years in, I kind of know roughly how. But it's always going to be a problem unless, you know, someone tell you, okay, I'm going to invest like 2 million in your business. That's when you're like, okay, then I can go all out, right? But now you have so many ideas, so many things. Oh, you know, I can do this. Oh, okay, so this is the amount you need. Cool. I'm just going to think of another way.
Okay. Oh, that's like actually quite interesting. How you actually have to maneuver that you cannot, because you have a lot of things in your head that you want to do, but you are constricted by like cash flow.
I think a lot of businesses also like it's like that, you know, like with, of course, you know, you a lot of people will say money can't buy happiness, but money can. Money can. And money can do a lot of things. But ultimately also like my goal, obviously, to run a business, your goal is always to make money. But I have more than that, you know. I have like a direction that I want to go for.
Okay.
You know, it is not a social enterprise, but I still want to serve a purpose in the community.
Yeah. True, because I've never heard a beggar say, money does not bring you happiness.
That's the only
Only
thing you
billionaires say that.
Yes.
Ah.
Yeah, I guess when you go through that stage of your life already, where money does not matter anymore, I think
then
I think
can lah.
that's potentially.
Correct.
So then, in that case, right, like in the current state of your business right now, like what is your role?
What is my role?
Yeah, what is your role in the business right now? Because it seems like you are like 360ing it the whole time.
Yeah, you're
think-
everywhere.
Yeah, I think until now also I still am, because same thing, my team is not that big. I have only 4, including me 5. There are people in production, which I don't have to worry. There is one person helping me with marketing. I think I would say that I'm a head of department. Yeah, now can upgrade lah. Right? Last time it's like worker, boss only, right? Now it's like head of department also, but still worker, but still a boss. Yeah, so managing people is not easy.
Sure.
But I would say my role now is more towards like QC and making sure that everything runs smoothly.
Okay.
And also going out there to find more opportunities for my brand.
Yeah.
That is very important. But still doing what I do before, it's just lesser.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I would
true
suppose
lah.
that like I guess the more like creative parts you are still involved.
Yes.
But maybe when it comes to be more operationalized things, like I'll take a step back.
Yeah. I mean, sometimes the boring stuff you cannot do also because you want to do because you know you can save costs.
Yeah.
Because ultimately for me, I would say that the least cost is myself because I have unlimited time I can spend on like whatever.
Yeah.
But you still need the energy to run the business. You still need the energy to think and to come up with creative ideas and try to innovate and stand out so that people will take notice of your brand. But ultimately my job scope still I feel like it's still the same. Still a cleaner, still a boss, still a worker.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
the cleaning portion, I think like any boss will have to.
Yeah, confirm.
I mean,
it's your shop.
Why pay someone when you can do it yourself?
Yeah, exactly. Like I said, hashtag kiam siap, man.
Hey, not
I
kiam
learned that
siap.
from Nikki also. So don't worry. But do you have any dream celebrity or dream brand that you would like to collab with?
Dream celebrity, dream brand. So many. Are you talking about like local?
Doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter. Wow.
Okay, let's go international and then also go local.
Oh, okay. I was going to talk about local first, but okay, international. Wow, international. Never really think of it. I think any brand that shares the same value that IniSaya is will kind of help. But one thing that I've always wanted to do since I was a student is designing for like local singers.
Ooh.
So I've always been a fan of Sheila Hamzah. Sheila, if you're listening to this,
Come on. Come on.
yes,
Let's make this happen.
Yeah, so I would like to make like clothes for her. Sheila, I love her voice.
Yeah.
Jacqueline Victor.
Oh yeah.
I saw her last year Rio, like during the rehearsals, like she's singing like just for fun, right? I'm like,
Yeah.
oh my god, she's so good.
God.
Yeah.
You get talk to her? Sempat?
No, I mean,
Gosh.
I should have picked up the courage to go. And
We can make that happen.
Yeah. That's a big promise.
Hey. Okay, can edit. We might make it happen.
Yes.
You add the mic at the beginning.
Yeah, I mean, if let's say talking about like collaborating with big brands, really, there's so many.
Yeah.
Ultimately, any brands that share the same value.
Same value,
Wow. But okay, I wanted to like ask about like if you could categorize these things, like because last time we asked like your top 5.
Oh yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
If you could say, right, like in terms of like fashion brands, if you could pick like your top 5 most favorite fashion brand, right? Like how would you pick them and why would you pick them?
Top 5 fashion brands. Okay, so it depends on the criteria.
Okay.
But
Okay.
but if you talk about me loving like what brand that I love, right?
Yeah.
And I see, right? I think Loewe is doing very well.
Oh okay.
Yeah, Loewe, the way he kind of did his branding, you know, like it's so creative and so out of the box. And
Yeah.
every time when he do something, people will be like, I should have done that.
Oh, okay.
And it's like, it's just the way they sell their stuff also, you know. It's luxury, but it's still relatable. I think that's one. Maybe second one would be, wow, 5 is a lot.
This one not in order lah kan?
Not
This
in
one
order,
just,
not in order.
okay.
Let me think. Still got who? I think Jimmy Choo also doing quite well.
Okay.
You know, the
Okay.
way he also brought like his brand out there
Yeah.
into the international world, you know,
world itself.
up to the point where even like celebrities,
Are
A-list celebrities,
using his outfits and stuff, right?
yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
and his shoes. You
True.
know, now he came up with like, I mean, he has been has this brand for a long time, also evening wear brand, and it's viral on TikTok actually.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
that dancing. Like he started with a model coming out dancing.
Oh, okay.
You know, he's creating this fantasy. You know, that a lot of luxury brands don't do anymore. You know, it's always model come out Vogue. You know, it's not. It's not relatable.
Okay.
Yeah. 5 brands a lot.
Okay, 3 lah. We go 3 lah.
Third. Okay, let me
And
think.
then ask the
Third one.
the top 3 that you
Let me
hate.
see. Third one. I want to go with. Wow. Okay, this one maybe more towards the design aesthetics.
Okay.
Paulo Sebastian. So he's an Australian evening wear brand.
Okay.
His designs are very Disney, very ethereal.
Fantasy.
Yes. I think I would like to go
that's so
towards
cool.
that direction. Yeah. I mean, I like the way he brought the brand into the market also, you know,
Because
selling.
it's hard.
Yeah, correct.
Because you cannot like, Wednesday, time for princess time.
Yeah.
You know? So it's very hard. So
correct.
Makes
Yeah,
sense.
so purely on design aesthetics, I think that lah. So 3 different categories.
That's a good category.
Okay.
Like, do you see in terms of like progression in any like how to say this? When you're in a business, right, you kind of like see other brands doing it. You kind of be like, wow, like these people are actually continuously innovating. They're like getting better at things that they're doing. Like it's very creative as well. There's always something new that's coming up every single season, right? But there are also certain brands that has been around for quite some time as well. To a stage where you're like, hey, they're actually like getting stale. Like they're getting stale. There's no new innovation that's actually happening and things like that. Like what brands do you think are those type of brands? Like if you could name them.
See? Cibai right? Question, right?
Oh, wow.
Wait.
You mean like, wait.
I'm curious though.
Wait, what do you mean?
Let me rephrase it lah. What's your top 3 hated brands? No lah, kidding.
Brands ah?
Yeah.
Wow.
Like for example, right? Like if you could say if I'm like looking at like transportation, right? Like
Okay.
like when it comes to cars, right? Like I've seen Proton like since I was young, right? Like early stages, the cars that they come out with, I'm like, oh, like this is cool. They're coming out like there's new innovation and creativity when it comes to the design of the car and things like that. But now everything feels very like stale, like the same thing again and again and again and again and again and again. Right, you'd be like, hey, like this brand is actually not growing much, and you as a fashion designer, you would know that because you know how like you know that specific brand of what their actual like pioneer starting point is, and you know like how they have actually like evolved.
Yes.
But there are certain brands that don't evolve as well, so that's why I was like curious about.
Yeah, don't worry, can delete this part.
Yeah. I mean, I wouldn't point out any brands though because I feel like sometimes some brands may seem like they're plateauing, you know, like just like that. Maybe they are planning something in the works, you never know. But then like ultimately fashion is always revolving. Fashion is always changing.
Yeah.
I feel like new trends are always coming up.
Yeah.
And it's very tiring for brands to try to keep up. You know, sometimes. But you
Makes
tell me
sense.
fashion is not really moving and it's stale. I don't really think so. There is any brands that does
like that
because
lah.
they have to.
Yeah.
They have to keep up with the trend. They have to do it. They have to stay relevant because if they don't, it will fall just like that. Because
True.
like Project Runway, I used to watch. You know, Tim Gunn used to say, "One day you're in, the next day you're out." It's really true.
Exactly like
yeah,
that,
it's
wow.
really true. It's very hard for you to just stay where you are.
Yeah.
Even if you know that this is working, I'm just gonna keep selling this.
Mm.
You can do that for like 1 or 2 months. After that, people are gonna be like, huh? this again?
Yeah,
You
yeah,
know,
yeah,
can we see something new?
yeah.
Then you need to feed to the public. But I think the difference between maybe for cars and fashion is maybe for cars it's a bit harder to kind of
Yeah, yeah.
because
correct.
fashion you produce a lot
Yeah.
and it's cheap to produce, right? It's like less than 10 ringgit. Sometimes
Yeah.
even like 5 ringgit, 2 ringgit you can produce
Yeah.
really, you know. So with that they can do all sorts of weird things, you know.
Okay.
If you talk about things where it work or doesn't work, I mean, it's really hit or miss. That's why sometimes when I come up with new collections, right,
Yeah.
I'm very scared to come up with new SKUs or new products
Yeah,
because
because you're scared that it may
Or be too adventurous.
yeah, but
Okay.
sometimes being adventurous is a good thing as well. You know,
True.
people be like, I never see this before. I want to buy and try.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
but if you talk about I don't think there is any brand
Yeah,
that I like.
yeah.
For me, my
Okay,
knowledge, you know,
okay.
maybe some people out there will have their own opinions,
Yeah.
but
Mm.
my personal opinion, I feel like the brands that I see are constantly evolving and changing what they are doing. It's just that whether it works for the mass or not.
Yeah,
Makes
yeah,
sense.
yeah,
Okay,
yeah, yeah.
Okay, cool.
Do you think I think we were talking about this before off camera. Malaysians in terms of how we dress and how we style ourselves, I don't think we're out there yet lah. We're so far apart. Yeah, because I've been to Japan and I've seen Korea and everybody looks like they used to be a model or they are still modeling, you know. Do you think there's a improvement sikit from way back? Because I know way back nobody gives a shit about how we dress. Black shirt, jeans, that's men.
Yes.
That's it, nothing more than that. Or if not, the occasional hoodie. But now I see there's a bit of improvement.
Yes.
People are a bit more experimenting. Do you notice that? Like that?
The trend in Malaysia,
Yeah.
you mean? I mean, in general, Malaysia is a very hot country, first of all. People dress for comfort.
Yeah, that's
Correct.
Yeah, that's one thing. Because if you dress for comfort, you cannot really layer. That's one thing that we cannot do. I noticed that some people like to do it. You know, like the Paramount kids, they will wear like like fur jackets and stuff.
Yeah,
like that.
yeah.
I mean, it's hot, but people still do it. But then, like, I think a lot of us, me included, guilty. Also, sometimes you dress for comfort.
Yeah.
You know, and that is how we were brought up.
True.
But being said that, a lot of nowadays, I feel like the younger people, like Gen Zs, with the thrifting, they learn how to kind of make something old look something new.
Okay.
Yeah, the whole Y2K aesthetic. It's coming in, and I do see an improvement, but in general, we just don't care about how we dress.
True, correct. Because even let's say like if I go to Zara, I would not even go close to the leather jacket section or the coat section. Sorry lah.
Yes.
I'm only looking at the t-shirts and the button shirts.
Yes.
That's it. Because that's the only thing acceptable in Malaysia in this bloody weather
Yes.
lah. But because layering is fun also. I
mean,
like it.
It's fun, and also it kind of gives a different kind of silhouette to your body. I do see people layer nowadays, but then to layer in Malaysia, sometimes
It's tough, it's quite warm.
I mean, sometimes you see people walking with like thick jacket. You're like, what is this person
Yeah,
doing?
what
in
are
this
you
weather,
doing,
right?
bro?
Yeah. So that's the thing. Yeah, I think people overseas, not only Japan, actually, like Paris, Milan also, right? They dress very well. Also because people there are judgmental of like
How you
people
dress.
Right.
Here you see people in shorts, you're like, oh, okay, normal.
Yeah.
I think that's one thing good. That's the pros.
Yeah.
But also we should care about how we dress.
Exactly,
also, lah.
because what annoys me the most this is mine you can tell yours lah.
Okay.
The thing that annoys me the most is weddings.
Oh, okay.
Especially for Malay weddings.
Yeah.
I see people datang with, don't tell me you don't have this is for men don't tell me you don't have a pair baju Melayu. Don't tell me that. Because you come with t-shirt, jeans, sandal. Oh my god. And then your the sling bag. I don't know what you keep inside there lah. Kalau duit raya is okay. I know I will get some. But so nothing. I'm like, my god, you are so underdressed. I feel like a lot of Malaysians are not educated in terms of dress code.
Yes.
I feel it's very simple.
Correct.
It's not that complicated.
I think I have to agree with you on the dress code thing, because like when there is an event or maybe funeral, for example,
Yeah.
or even like weddings or whatever lah, there's a time and place for you to dress a certain way.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Takkan you tell me you go to someone's wedding, you wear shorts, wear t-shirt.
Oh
you know?
my god.
And the worst is when you wear like jeans or long pants with sandals, like
yeah.
Oh, I cannot. I like.
at least put on socks and shoes. Like you don't tell me you don't have shoes.
Yeah, exactly.
Sports shoes, at least sports shoes.
Yeah,
you
if
know?
you can afford the car to come here to this wedding,
Yeah.
come on, brother.
You can afford a shoe, right?
Yeah, you can afford a shoe. You can you have a baju Melayu lah, 100%
Correct.
lah.
I mean,
My
I
God.
also get that, you know, sometimes you are lazy to think of what to wear. Okay, so for those people who are lazy to think of what to wear and
Yeah.
stuff like that,
Mm-mm.
have a certain, you know, you don't have to be ashamed of wearing the same outfit, you know.
Yeah.
So just tell yourself, okay, I'm gonna invest in a wedding outfit or maybe 3 wedding outfits. So alternate, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And maybe one outfit that I know that if let's say I'm invited to an event, I'll wear this.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Or okay, I have this specific. So when you have a specific outfit, when it comes to that, okay, I already know what I'm gonna wear.
Yeah.
You know, and because you don't really care what you're gonna wear anyways,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah,
so
yeah.
you just have that in your wardrobe. So every time when that event come up,
Pakai je.
yeah, just find like for example, you say baju Melayu, right?
Yeah.
You know, just invest in one good one or maybe 2.
Yeah.
And then you know every time when there's a event for that, just take out
Rotate. Yeah.
alternate.
Mm.
Yeah.
Men for baju, for raya lah. Example,
Exactly.
we every 4 years only we buy a new baju Melayu.
Ah.
Because we rotate
Yes.
until the photos you start seeing a pattern
Yeah.
same color, and then we buy a new one.
Ah.
If not, there's no need. Also,
Yeah,
you
yeah,
know,
yeah.
at least.
I mean, it's similar for us as Indians as well. Like, because I only wear the festive clothes like only during like festive times only. So other than that, like I don't really wear it. So I'll always like use the same thing again and
Yeah,
again and again.
at least it's appropriate, you know.
Correct.
Yeah.
For the occasion.
Yeah, and I guess you know, like it's good to dress for functionality. I mean, I'm not against that. You know, some people they are not fashionistas, they don't want to be out there. But at the same time, you know, invest in some clothing that is suitable for that occasion.
Yeah.
Yeah,
True.
like guys suit. I mean,
Yes, I went to work. I wore a suit,
Mm.
but I wore a t-shirt inside. Okay, just to
Yeah.
make it look not too
casual.
casual, you know. Everybody would either ask me, "Oh, are you
Going.
are you going interview?" Or, "Oh, got event ke after this?"
Yeah.
Or, "Oh, why are you overdressed today?"
Yeah.
But they're the ones wearing
Underdress lah.
underdressed as heck for work lah.
Yes,
Sorry
yes,
lah,
yes,
you're
yes,
in a
yes.
professional setting.
Correct.
Please dress better lah.
Correct.
You know, because you're dealing with not only corporate people, you're dealing with people outside. So people outside, when they look at you and they see like, you wear like this here to work.
Yeah.
It says a lot about where you work. You know.
Correct.
So, yeah.
It's true. It's true.
Yeah.
Is that your design as well, by the way?
The one that I'm
What
wearing?
you're wearing right
Yeah.
now?
It's one of my designs. Yes.
Oh.
I mean, yeah, like
We
something
got
like
a model here also.
Yeah.
Nikitan, can you come?
She's also wearing.
Model here behind here.
Something as well.
This one
Also made by me,
Leng Loi
yes.
one.
Oh.
Wah, Leng Loi sudah mari mah.
This is the girl edition, is it?
Okay,
Yeah.
model a bit. Turn around.
Oh.
Okay, 5 seconds.
5 seconds. Yes.
Okay, thank you, my love.
I mean, like the thing that I design also, like for example, this shirt, right? You can wear it so many different ways. Like for me, underneath it's just a t-shirt,
Yeah.
right? So I just want to look a little bit better, you know.
Yeah.
So I just wear.
Okay,
Okay,
this
just
one
wear a
beachwear
shirt.
also can.
Exactly.
The shorts.
Yeah.
This looks like
So,
a holiday outfit.
Yeah.
Like you can literally buy something and try to style it the way you want it to be. You know. Yeah, there's a certain place and time for you to wear certain outfits.
Yeah.
If you
True.
could talk about this outfit, right? What do you think it's a bit more different from like your design here compared to like the usual batiks that you can actually get from outside?
You mean my outfit or just
no,
the?
that's your specific shirt that you actually designed.
Oh, okay. I guess I would say the cut.
Okay.
Yeah, one of it.
Okay.
And then I noticed that a lot of batik wear for men is just like a collared shirt, long
Yes.
sleeves,
Yes.
right? Or like just the
Short sleeve,
right?
yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I want it to be a little bit more like there's more choices for guys.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So one thing is maybe I did because for guys you cannot really do much, right? You cannot add like frills and stuff because
they wouldn't
nobody
wear
want to
it,
wear.
right?
Yeah.
So I try to do different. Like for example, the buttons is use this fabric to wrap, so it's different. And then maybe the cut is more oversized because batik in general is more casual fitting, you know,
Okay,
and it's
okay.
and a lot of people also ask me, why don't you sell like the typical, you know, collar and then short sleeve or the long sleeve? And in my mind thinking like, I mean, you can find it everywhere
Yeah,
else. Why would
exactly.
you want to buy from me?
Yeah,
You
yeah,
know,
yeah,
what
yeah.
I want to provide to you is a different variety of menswear that you cannot find out there, or
Yeah.
rather, yeah, I mean, something that is a bit more different. But obviously, menswear you cannot really experiment too much,
Yeah.
because if not, how am I going to sell it, right?
Yeah, yeah, true.
Yeah.
And I just remembered this. Every Thursday now, government officers wear batik.
Oh.
Yes.
So I think you
okay. Yes.
to everyone working in government, kalau kau orang boring dengan batik sekarang, please check out IniSaya. At least it's something new lah.
Yes.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
so for them also, but they have guidelines lah. They have to wear Malaysian batik. That's one thing.
Okay.
Second thing is, I'm pretty sure. I'm actually no, like I heard different things. Some officers allow you to wear different cuts, like this kind. But
Okay.
some they're very specific. It needs to be the collar and it needs to be long sleeve.
Oh,
or short
the-
sleeve can, but the collar has to be that specific collar.
The standard.
Yeah. So there are
Yeah,
people who
yeah.
come also and ask me, is this government approved? And I'm like, I mean, from what I heard, I don't dare to say yes lah, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Although
yeah.
I'm a business that I'm trying to sell to you, right? But then like, if I say
yeah,
yes, then
yeah.
you come back and scold me suddenly.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, so it really depends on the company.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, the company itself.
Oh.
Yeah. But if you're ever looking for more innovative batik wear, yeah. Cannot forget to plug myself. I'm
me
still a
too.
businessman after all.
Yeah, correct.
I think we should have asked this like a lot earlier. Like, but why did you come up with the name as like why what's the story behind IniSaya? Like
IniSaya.
the name of it.
Okay.
ChatGPT.
No lah. ChatGPT. Where can come up with
Kidding.
cannot come up with something so good.
Yeah. Last time don't have lah.
Yeah,
ChatGPT.
correct.
Yeah.
Actually, when I started the brand,
Oh my
don't have
God.
ChatGPT.
There's no
Yeah,
ChatGPT.
don't need.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, not bad
Come on lah.
Okay, so how I came up with the brand name is very simple. I stayed to my roots and I find what's my goal and what's my aim for the brand. That's the first thing that you need to have when you want to start a brand.
Yeah.
Or rather like a business. What do you want to do? You know, and growing up, I've suffered with a lot with like my self identity, you know,
Yeah.
trying to accept myself. Okay, so I feel like, you know, in order for you to kind of appreciate yourself and love yourself more,
Yeah.
there's a lot of aspects, you know. One of it also is whenever you put on something, you look at the mirror and you're like, hey, I look good today, or I feel good,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So clothes also play a part in loving yourself.
Yeah.
You know, treating yourself to something nice and wearing it out for a special day, you know,
Yeah.
choosing a specific outfit. Oh, this one is like my first date outfit, so I'm gonna
Yeah.
wear it, you know, and then like, you know, clothes also mean something to someone.
Yeah,
so I want it to be
definitely.
meaningful. And yeah, at first I was thinking like, wow, some French name, you know, or rather like, I don't know, like very random names lah, right?
Very bougie name
Yeah.
lah.
Then I'm thinking,
Yeah.
No, cannot, because I'm talking about loving myself, right? I'm Malaysian.
Yeah.
So why not use our language,
Yeah.
right? And I feel like our language also is a very beautiful language. Malay is so beautiful that it's like, you know, a lot of people don't know, like, you know, some words in Malay you cannot translate into English.
Yeah.
We have
Right.
terms. Yeah.
So I was thinking, why not use Malay? There's not much like international brand, because I'm thinking internationally. I'm not thinking local. That has Malay name. You know, has a Malay name. So I was thinking, ini kita. Then I'm like, cannot. Ini kita is very, you know.
Yeah.
And then there is also another brand that sounds very similar.
Yeah.
Mimpi kita. So I'm like, cannot. Then I was thinking, this is me. IniSaya lah. IniSaya, right?
Yeah.
Oh, IniSaya. I keep saying. I'm like, not bad. I'll go with this name.
Oh.
Yeah. And that's how I came up with the name.
Oh, damn.
Originally IniSaya lah.
Yeah.
But then the lah remove
I
lah.
take out the lah. cannot the
Say a lot, a
Yeah.
bit too Malaysian.
Well, yeah,
Yeah,
Malaysian.
betul Malaysian lah.
Yeah. But some
Oh,
people still find it hard to pronounce the name. Some they're then I'm like IniSaya. IniSaya.
Oh, Malay
Oh, okay.
Yeah, some people don't see the IniSaya because it's combined mah.
Yeah. I also.
Like
At first.
IniSaya.
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 Yeah.
Did it take a while for you to come up with the name, like, or was it like
No lah,
like
it's like 2 days.
I just wanna get-
Okay lah. Yeah, that's okay.
So the first name for the brand, fun fact, is actually supposed to be Akar.
Oh,
Akar.
roots.
Akar roots.
Oh, that's
Oh,
cool
yeah,
as well.
okay.
But I feel like it's very, it doesn't give an impact. Not as much as
It feels very essential oil.
yeah. Oh yeah. Oh my god. Yes.
Essential oil vibes.
Akar, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah lah. Wait, you got company, is it?
Yeah. Actually, you got right.
Aduh.
Yeah, so
Oh.
IniSaya sounds more, more. There's a ring to it, like you say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
IniSaya.
Yeah.
I'm wearing IniSaya.
Yeah.
What's that? This one IniSaya punya.
Okay, yeah. This is just a fun part of the podcast lah.
Yes.
Okay. Me and him, we are terrible at dressing ourselves. Okay.
Are you?
Most days lah.
You saw my socks, right?
But I saw the dog was chewing on it a few days ago. Do you have? Because I noticed that, especially anywhere lah, there's not a lot of these designs or brands catered to people my height lah.
Okay.
Okay. So, and what styling tips would you have for people yang shorter sikit? Like, is there any rule of thumb for people yang our Malaysian punya height? We are all very Asian punya size kan. Because if I go to, let's say, last time Top Man, I look like I'm wearing my father's clothes all the time. So do you have any like tips ke? Or
I think Top Man last time, I also for me also long.
Ah.
Yeah. Because they design for
every time.
Caucasians.
Yeah, true.
But I think generally for guys nowadays, would you say like a more average, like shorter? Okay, so I think one thing that a lot of guys nowadays also wear is high-waisted pants. Yeah, I think high-waisted pants works very well for everyone, not only shorter guys. But for shorter guys also, proportions is very, very important.
Proportions.
Yeah. Body proportions.
Top side and your bottom side of your body.
Yes.
Okay.
So I notice a lot of guys like to wear long shirts. very long shirts. I feel like long shirts work well on certain body types, but not all.
Okay.
For shorter guys, if you want to look better, or in the sense where more look like well dressed lah, right? Well put together lah. Actually, baju can be cropped, but not the kind of crop top that you think. Not the one that can show the
belly button. No.
What I mean about what I mean about crop shirt is those kind where your mom will say like, "Hey, you grow so tall already, you still wear it."
Oh, okay. I know what you mean.
But then
my mother stopped complimenting me already. Long time already stopped growing.
But actually, like for t-shirts, for example, now it's quite long, right? You just need to cut a bit, and then wear a little bit higher waisted pants so that don't show like your, tummy or whatever.
Yeah.
Because I feel like nowadays a lot of guys are very conservative towards the crop shirt idea, but they don't know what's the meaning of the crop shirt.
Yeah.
For girls, crop top means obviously, right, can show the belly. Crop top, right? For guys, crop top meaning you wear something that is shorter inside, and then if you want to look even better, you wear something longer a bit outside, and then high-waisted pants.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
so you can tell your legs look longer.
Yes, your legs look longer, correct. Yeah, so it provides an illusion also. And then when you take photo also, right, even what angle also, you will still look good because your shirt is a bit shorter, so when people see from the eye, it's like, oh, your body is proportionate to your legs.
Okay. Is that why a lot of guys wear a lot of tuck-ins now? They tuck in their clothes.
You tuck in, you look good, better. Because, but I mean, I feel like I see a lot I just came from Singapore. I see a lot of guys in Singapore wearing crop shirts now.
Oh, really?
Yeah, more and more guys wearing crop shirts. So they wear crop shirt, and then the pants they wear high-waisted, but not the tight one lah, the looser kind, or the casual fit one. Yeah, it looks really good.
Yeah.
I think that's one thing that you can try.
Yeah. Okay.
How are you with the idea, crop shirts?
Yeah, I'm okay.
No, not until there lah.
My pants I put up here.
No,
not tall, I don't know what to say lah.
You don't need to be that high lah. Yeah.
Because I see a lot of now a lot of people are going for the what's that, the color
analysis.
Is there a lot of it in Malaysia, I feel like
But it's very expensive. I saw 300, 400 plus per session.
Because I see on TikTok now.
Yes.
I mean people just using on TikTok based on their skin tone or whatever, what colours.
It identifies what color matches you well, is it?
Yes.
Makes your eyes pop.
Yeah, I mean, if you want to be like, on a budget, right, just go to any fabric shop, just take the color, put next to your face. Yeah. There's so many colors in like fabric shop, right? Just go, put and then take photo of yourself and then see which color you look better in.
I think the problem with us is we don't know if it looks good or
Yeah,
not.
actually, yeah.
I think
so
maybe for some people they don't see the difference.
yeah. I mean, you studied, kan. I'm sure this is like basic for you.
For me, it's whatever that makes you feel good lah. You know, you cannot be like, oh, I'm only suitable for summer colors. Whatever color, I'm just gonna look for summer colors. Don't limit yourself. You know, be experimental. We are humans. You know, we are curious beings.
Yeah.
True.
But for Indians, like for example, for me, in being Indian, right, like there are certain colors that I cannot wear. Like then, like otherwise, it will look too jarring.
I mean, you have certain colors that you cannot wear, but you know, our skin tone also, not everyone's the same skin tone.
Yeah.
Similar, yes, but not same.
Okay.
So some people, they may have similar, but they are warmer or they are colder.
Yeah.
So they are
Okay.
more suitable for this specific kind or whatever.
Okay.
Yeah, but ultimately, you know best what you look good in and what you don't.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
sometimes
yeah.
it's not the color. Sometimes it's the cut.
Yeah.
The cut of the baju.
True. Because I feel like fashion now is slowly going back in time.
Yes.
Because nobody's wearing skinny jeans anymore. Everybody's wearing more like
Loose
straight
pants.
cut or loose, loose pants
Yeah.
now. Okay.
Fashion is a cycle lah. It will always repeat itself.
Yeah.
I
Sometimes you'll be
see.
like, why does it look so familiar? But if we come up with something new, would you wear? If we come up with a cocoon baju where you cannot move your arms, would you wear? You won't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
True.
Clothes.
Comfort also comes into
What
play.
do you
lah.
think of Jaden Smith of sense of fashion? By the way, I'm sure you follow.
Is he more towards the street style?
Is it street style? It's very odd
Right.
what he wears.
Yeah. Is it street Harajuku style?
Oh,
Yeah. Yeah, and
Yeah.
gender fluid. Yeah, nowadays there's gender fluid outfits. I mean, if he likes it, if he feels good in it, why not?
There was one time, right? Like he was wearing this outfit that like just doesn't make sense. He was wearing like a mask on his face as well at the same time, and then people are like, dude, like what are you on?
I mean, as far as red carpet goes lah, kan.
Yeah, maybe
Push that one.
he's just trying something,
Okay.
you know,
Yeah.
and it doesn't work, you know. We all have that moments. I mean, you
Okay.
can dig out your old photos. And
Uish, banyak.
You're like, whoa.
yeah, I wore that.
Uish.
Maybe it's one of those moments, you know.
Maybe lah. I don't know.
Uish.
But I mean, sometimes so another misconception that a lot of people have for this topic,
Yeah.
for runway, runway shows, sometimes you see like, what is that person wearing? It doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I always want to
Yeah,
ask this.
sometimes designer design that for a reason. You know, they have like a story behind it. you
Yeah.
know. But some designers I know lah, they just design because it looks cool, it looks different
Okay,
out of this
okay.
world.
Okay.
Yeah, so you really have to see what the message is
Okay.
that they're portraying. So for example,
Okay.
Jaden Smith, that outfit, maybe there is something behind it. But if there's nothing, then maybe sorry lah. I mean,
Yeah.
We should.
you don't look good in that. Don't wear that again.
Okay, Jeff, like in the next 5 years lah, what do you think is your goal for IniSaya?
Next 5 years, yeah, I get that question a lot. I get that question a lot, and we have to. Sometimes some people prefer a more realistic answer. Some people prefer a more like, oh, I see IniSaya going on runways and stuff like that. But ultimately, you still want best for your business, right? You know, I would say maybe opening a retail store in Bangsa Village. I think that's one of my biggest goals. Is to be up there with all the top dogs in the Malaysian, in at least the Malaysian fashion scene.
Yeah.
I believe in if you can make it in your own country, that's when you know that you can bring it out.
Yeah.
I mean, not to say that you sometimes it doesn't work, you can bring it out also. But for me, I believe that if I can convince people in my own home country that my clothes are good enough for them, I can convince the world.
True.
Yes.
True.
Yeah.
Because Malaysians are very stubborn people.
Yeah, very stubborn
If you can convince us, the whole universe is yours, man.
Yes.
Don't worry. Okay, but before we sign off lah, okay, on this episode, do you have anything new you want to share with your followers? Anything?
I am designing my own prints now because up to now I've been sourcing fabrics from different places, Indonesia, Malaysia, and it's all batik. So obviously I don't want IniSaya to be known just as a batik brand. Ultimately,
Definitely.
yes, I still want to share the love for batik. I will still be doing that, but I want something for people to kind of recognize our culture as well. So I'm designing something and also putting it on a fabric that is suitable for our country. Because we talked about people wearing for practicality, right?
Yeah.
And also how Malaysia is so hot, right? So I had I'm designing something that people can wear it out and still look good.
Yeah.
That is what I'm working on. And then, of course, the awaited Chinese New Year collection will start everything by August this year.
Wow.
We need to start
That's
earlier.
early, yeah.
So August we'll start
6
opening
months
up.
before?
Yes, so we'll start opening up. Some brand already start. Raya also they start already. After this year Raya, then they start next year Raya because every year is getting earlier and earlier.
God.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Next year, literally 1 month apart.
Oh yeah.
When we start Chinese New Year, I think all the Muslims will be having
Pasar. Yeah.
When Chinese New Year next year?
They say in 4 or 5 years time, CNY and Raya together again.
2029.
Do you remember?
2029.
Last time?
We had
2029.
Deepawali and Raya.
Deepa Raya, yeah. Chinese New Year Raya also we had so long ago when I was like
I
in
feel like
school.
that's one of our like selling points for Malaysia though.
Yeah.
It's quite cool, you know.
Right.
Although you know that during that period no shops will be open.
Correct.
Everyone will want to go on holiday.
Yeah.
But I am planning on that lah. And then custom make and everything will be opening earlier as well.
Yes.
So that we don't rush. Yeah.
Makes sense.
Okay, that's cool, man.
Oh wow.
All right. I think this is a very very fun session. I hope you were okay throughout the.
No.
Yes, you enjoyed your time.
I'm good. I enjoy
You okay,
myself.
yeah?
Yes,
We
of
can
course.
use every single content that we
Yeah.
Can no problem. Use
like
anything.
This one don't know yet. Can go out.
Oh, that one
Says-
maybe.
It's okay. We'll show you first,
Yes,
lah.
yes.
We definitely show you first lah. So I think.
Yeah. With that, I think we have actually like learned a lot in terms of like understanding like the not just the fashion perspective of things on your side, but also the fact that you're moving forward towards being the business owner. So there's a lot of aspect of things that you have actually came across and you talked about as well. So like if anyone out there, I'm sure like people who love being in fashion as well, they or want to be a fashion designer who are learning about fashion itself, right? I think they will have actually a better understanding of like the balance between being a fashion designer as well as being a business owner at the same time, because it is like two different huge job scope that you are taking up as well.
Yes, very, very different. If you're a student and you're thinking like, oh, okay, I'm gonna have my own brand, it's not that easy. I'm gonna let you know in advance. But with the right mindset, and of course you need to have a lot of passion in this, because there are times where you are going to feel like, why am I not making sales? Am I going to have to close the business and stuff like that? You need to be smart. You need to not only know how to design, but know how to sell.
True. Have you came across like this off topic? Not off topic, like still in topic, but I was like curious. Have you came to a stage where sometimes you're like shit, like I think like I have to close down already, or like thinking about wanting to close down. You're like every day.
Oh my god, man! I can't tell you how many times. Countless.
Oh my god.
Of
So
times
scary,
where you
man.
think like, man, am I doing this right? You know, or rather like just breaking down. I'm smiling while talking about this, but it's true. It's like a real thing. You know, like you feel like this is too much for you, and it's okay. It's okay to break down. It's really okay to just spend some time like this is so tiring. You know, acknowledge that and use that. I mean, give yourself time to be sad, of course, and use that as a fuel for you. So like tell yourself like, okay, I'm just gonna. This is me with everything, not only business. Okay, you are feeling sad, you're feeling angry, you're feeling frustrated. Give yourself time. Okay, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna feel this. I'm gonna give myself time to just sulk at my room for like a day. But after today, Jeffrey, you gotta pick yourself up and be better, because you sulking, yes, it's good for your emotional health. At the same time, you need to get things done. Because there are people counting on me as well. You know, they're the people that I hired, and I want to be able to provide for them as well. And also, you know, customers that has, expectations for your brand and want something new from you. You know, so and you are doing this for yourself as well.
Because they're like also like loyal to. Like they understand your brand, and they're like, let's see what else can he actually come up with. So like that responsibility as well is actually quite huge. You're like, holy shit, I can't come up with something similar again and again.
I would say starting the business was, you used to think that starting something is very hard, right? It was hard, but now when I'm in 4 years in already, I would think that starting the business is one of the easiest things that you can do. Maintaining it is
the hardest.
It requires a lot of mental health, mental strength to be in the business.
Oh, I think that's a great advice to,
Yeah.
Yes.
to close off this.
Yeah, actually very,
episode,
very good
man.
advice for
Yeah.
everyone actually.
So-
So they're like,
Yeah.
should I even start?
Like don't need
I don't
any.
know. Yeah. I guess there is a lot of like mental fortitude that you have to actually go through lah.
For
Yes.
sure,
to
man.
starting
Yeah.
a
Yes,
business
yes,
itself.
yes.
Yeah. With that being said, thank you so
Thank
much.
you so
for
much,
being in
Jeffrey.
The
No,
podcast.
Thank you for having me. I enjoyed
Yeah.
myself.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah. And thank you everybody for being
For-
part of the podcast as well, listening to Jeffrey talking about his business, how he started, how he's maintaining the business, as well as like hoping for like the best out of IniSaya as
Yes.
well.
Yeah.
And of course not just the IniSaya brand, also your bridal side at the same
Yes.
time.
Yes.
Yeah. With that being said, thank you everybody for watching the podcast. I hope you guys are having a great week, and we hope also you guys have will aspire more
Yeah.
to be a better person,
to
or like
greater
grow something.
things.
Yeah, better things,
Yeah.
greater things in life as well.
Yeah.
Is there anything that you want to say before we end?
No. No.
Yeah, no.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
With that being said, thank you everybody for watching the podcast, and we are signing off from
the
ANR
ANR
show.
show.
Alright, ciao everybody.
Ciao, guys.
Yeah, cool.